All right. Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. This time, we're breaking down a match that had the whole football world buzzing. Aston Villa versus Tottenham Hotspur in the FA Cup.
Yeah, this one had it all. Early goals, late drama, and of course, massive stakes for both sides.
Exactly. For Aston Villa, this was a chance to reach the fifth round of the FA Cup for the first time in a decade. No easy feat.
Especially not against a Premier League giant like Tottenham. They came into this match with some real firepower.
So let's rewind to the start of the match.
Mm.
What were your initial thoughts on the lineups and the overall energy? Did anything stand out to you right away?
Well, you could tell from the first whistle that Aston Villa was hungry. They came out pressing high, not giving Tottenham a moment to breathe. That 4-3-3 formation really put the pressure on Tottenham's backline.
And then boom, less than a minute in, Jacob Ramsey finds the back of the net. Talk about a statement goal.
Oh, absolutely. What a way to announce your intentions. Scoring early in a knockout competition can really swing momentum, and Aston Villa knew it.
Do you think Tottenham underestimated Villa's early game intensity? Or was there something more tactical at play here?
Well, Tottenham's fullbacks were caught high up the pitch quite a few times in the first half, leaving space behind for Villa's wingers to exploit. It looked like Aston Villa had done their homework, identified Tottenham's weaknesses, and came prepared to take advantage of them.
And Morgan Rogers was definitely ready to exploit those gaps. That run leading up to Ramsey's goal was just brilliant.
Absolutely. He left Tottenham's defenders in the dust. Though you have to wonder if Tottenham's keeper, Antonin Kinski, could have done better with that save. It did seem like a bit of a howler.
Yeah, it felt like a bit of a shaky start for him. And sometimes those early mistakes can really play on a keeper's mind for the rest of the match.
No doubt. Even though Ramsey's shot was well placed, the fact that Kinski got a hand to it but still couldn't keep it out, that can be a real confidence killer.
And from that point on, Aston Villa really seemed to seize control of the game. Was this Tottenham struggling to adapt to Villa's tactics? Or was Villa just that much better on the day?
I think it was a bit of both, to be honest. Tottenham looked a bit disjointed, especially in midfield, and Aston Villa's midfielders were just relentless. They won every second ball, every challenge.
And Tottenham's new signing, Mathys Tel, didn't really make much of an impact in the first half, did he?
No, not really. He seemed a bit isolated up front. Tottenham's midfield wasn't able to provide him with much service. He did have a few bright moments in the second half, but couldn't really influence the game in a meaningful way.
And then, bam, second half, Rogers strikes again. What did you make of that goal?
A classic counter-attacking goal. Leon Bailey delivered a perfect cross. Tottenham's defender Pedro Porro was caught ball-watching and failed to clear, and Rogers was right there in the box, ready to pounce. It was clinical finishing, but it also highlighted Tottenham's defensive frailties. They were all over the place.
At 2-0 down, you had to wonder if Tottenham could mount a comeback. But Aston Villa's defense was rock solid. They were organized, disciplined, and determined.
Absolutely. They snuffed out every Tottenham attack. Tyrone Mings was immense at the back, a real leader.
But then, in the dying minutes of the match, Mathys Tel finally gets on the score sheet for Tottenham. Did that late goal give you any hope for a Tottenham comeback?
I think it more exposed Tottenham's lack of cohesion throughout the match. They only seemed to click in those last few minutes when the pressure was off. It makes you wonder if there are some deeper issues within the squad. Maybe some tactical tweaks are needed, or maybe they're lacking a bit of confidence.
It was too little, too late though. Aston Villa held on for a well-deserved 2-1 victory and booked their place in the fifth round of the FA Cup. A truly impressive performance.
A statement win. It showed tactical awareness, individual brilliance, and incredible resilience. They had a game plan, and they executed it perfectly.
This begs a question, though. Can Aston Villa build on this victory? Can they maintain this momentum and make a deep run in the FA Cup?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? This win has definitely put them on the map. They've shown they can compete with the best. But consistency will be key. They need to maintain this level of performance if they want to go all the way.
A lot for Aston Villa to think about. And for our listeners, keep an eye on this Aston Villa side, because they might just be the dark horse of this FA Cup season. They are definitely a team to watch.
Couldn't agree more.
Until next time, everyone, thanks for tuning into another deep dive.
Cheers.